Hey guys, it's Gaz. Welcome to the Warframe video. So yesterday on PC, we got the Arbitrations update that I spoke about last week. We got the revive system added. We also got a few new pieces of loot that dropped from Arbitration specifically. And we're going to be quickly going over those new pieces of loot today. And we will also be discussing my opinions and experience with the revive changes. So let's quickly go over some of the loot. So the first thing, basically the most expensive item from this reward store, is the Vitus Essence emote that I'm currently using right now. So you use the Vitus Essence emote. It's actually called Vitus Illumina emote, and basically your character starts meditating. You summon this Vitus Essence like logo or whatever, and it does take energy colors. So I currently have red energy color on my Garuda right now. So the little thing is red, and it seems like it's an endless emote. So you'll keep doing the emote until you stop it. So that's a pretty cool. I like how DE is like upgrading the emote game this year. We had the Tenno-Con emote with like the Tenno thing you summon, and now we have this one, which is like completely free, that you can summon this little icon thing. I like that. I personally feel like it would be cool if other players could like join in on this. Like, you know what I mean? Like you'd come over, you'd press the interact key with somebody in this emote, and then it would let you join in the meditation circle or something cool like that. I know that Destiny 2 has interactive emotes like that. And honestly, guys, like, say what you want about Destiny 2, they have some of the best emotes, like, ever. Like, Fortnite-level emotes. Like, they're really good. You can, like, do a handshake emote, come over to somebody, push a button, and join in the handshake with them. Like, that's just awesome. Like, we need more stuff like that in this game, and I think this Vitus Essence emote is a good place to start. Everyone could just join in the meditation circle. It would be sick. Alright, so that's the expensive 50 Vitus Essence emote. Let's go over the skins. I did not get the Operator cosmetic yet, but I have all the weapon skins. So this is an Amprex skin, the Amprex Telos skin. So here's what it looks like without the Amprex skin on. Completely same colors. And then we'll click the skin back on, and it's like basically just different color channels. I don't think this one's as good. I think the Atomos and the Atarax ones are much better. This Atomos one is amazing. It like basically just cleans off the Atomos. So that's what it looks like normally. See, it's kind of hard to see with like the black, but it's like kind of like dirty looking, and I don't think it looks very good. But once you put the skin on, man, it looks so much better. It's like nice and shiny. And these skins are 10 Vitus Essence each, guys. And then we'll quickly show the Atarax one, which I love. It's kind of hard to see with the Garuda Talons in the way, but the color channels are just so much better. So that's a normal Atarax. Like, not too crazy, and you change it to this one. And there's like, it's just better color channels, I guess. Yeah, the desert camo one's ugly. Okay, so those are the 3 weapon skins, guys. Now we're going to quickly just show the other stuff that they are selling now that is not currently available, or I don't currently have. So there is the Judicial Oculus for the Operator. So it's like a face guard thing. I don't have enough Vitus Essence to buy that yet. Been focusing on other stuff. And then there is the Arc Gun Ribbons. So I only have one of these so far, and that is for the Larkspur. Quickly show that. So there is ribbon disposition for Arcwing guns. So for example, the Larkspur has 2 ribbon disposition, so 2 of the little dots out of 5. And I know for a fact the Phaedra has 4. I don't know all of them by heart yet, but I do know that the Larkspur has a pretty low ribbon disposition. So the numbers you're getting on these mods are not extremely high. Alright, and then let's quickly go over the new item that was added as a reward from the rotations in Arbitration. So every reward rotation, you have at least a 1.5% chance to get this Aura Forma to drop. So what this Aura Forma does is it's basically a special kind of Forma that only works in the Aura Polarity slot on your Warframe. So the spot you normally put Steel Charge or Corrosive Projection or Energy Siphon or whatever, this special Forma only works in that slot. So you put that up there, and it makes it compatible with any polarity. So you could put the Steel Charge in there, you could put the Energy Siphon in there, you could put the Corrosive Projection in there, and they would all fit. The one thing I don't know is if it still gives you the double capacity no matter which kind of polarity is in there. I would really hope so, because this thing is not easy to get. As you see, on Rotation A, it's a 1.5% chance to drop. It's the rarest thing on Rotation A. And on Rotation C, it's a 2.5% chance to drop. And it is not the rarest thing. The Ephemera is slightly more rare, but it's still, this is basically Ephemera levels of rarity, guys. So yeah, I really hope that it lets you use whatever polarity you want and have double capacity, because that's gonna make builds like for my Garuda and stuff just have a lot more versatility. Because there's times I want to run Steel Charge, or times I want to run like Growing Power or something, but I can't because of the polarities I'm already restricted to. So I think this is an awesome. I'm honestly really happy this exists. This is exactly what I wanted out of DE to like add as rewards for late game players. Like, just, it's not specifically making your build stronger, but it's making the character you have like more versatile, and like, I guess you could say indirectly stronger, because then you'll be able to cover more situations with your options that you have. Like, for example, my Umbral Garuda build, I'm gonna totally put this on there because it will let me put 100% power strength on there with Growing Power. Let's quickly just show for an example. Alright, so see, I have Corrosive Projection here, and I have 181% strength. If I was to put Growing Power on here, or even Power Donation on another frame, it will give me 25% power strength for 6 seconds when I proc a status. So that would be great. Like, I definitely cannot fit that on here right now, but with that Umbra, or with that Aura Polarity Forma, that will hopefully let me do exactly what I want here and fit this up here when I'm feeling like I need that. Okay, so also the option for Steel Charge, like I said, Rifle Amp, etc., etc. Okay, so now that we've discussed that, let's quickly go over the revive changes, guys. And I did a lot of arbitrations yesterday. I probably farmed about like 50 plus Vitus Essence yesterday. The mission types I did Defection, I did Excavation, I did Survival, Defense. I think I did Interception too. I basically did all of them besides Infested Salvage. And I feel like there's one more I'm forgetting, but we did basically all the game modes yesterday, guys. I did it in a public squad. I did a couple public squads. I did a couple constructed squads. And in my opinion, the revive changes where you have to pick up the 5 points from the drones after a teammate dies, I think they're terrible in public matchmaking, but I think they are actually good in a pre-made squad. Because in a pre-made squad, you're usually going to go in there with some coordination. So, for example, we did the Excavation mission. We had 2 Garas and 2 Oberons just to like be safe and protect the objectives. So we had 2 teams of 2. And like when somebody from one of the teams died, they'd already have a teammate over there ready to start killing drones and picking up points for them in case they did die, which didn't happen very often. But a few things about the points, guys. They are absorbed by vacuum, so if you have vacuum equipped when you go into these missions, it will suck up the arbitration drone points. And if you don't want to pick those up, like, because you're playing some frame that can't be low health for whatever reason, it's basically, you have to be very careful where you're walking. I was picking up like 3+ points yesterday without even like trying to. Like, it was completely on accident, and those cut your health a lot. At 5 arbitration points, I had, I think, like 400 health on my 900 health build. And yeah, that's really bad for my frame. Thankfully, I was running like my crazy tank build on Garuda, so I didn't die. But like, seriously, like, that stuff is kind of scary. One of the experiences we had yesterday, somebody died. We revived him like 3 minutes later. He immediately went to extraction and just left. So, like, what was the point of reviving that guy? Like, things like that. Like, there's a lot of griefing possible here. Not to mention, there are some bugs currently where if somebody dies, they get revived, and then they leave, the arbitration drone stops spawning. So if anyone else dies after that, they literally cannot be revived. That did happen to us last night. We wanted to continue going because it was an excavation mission. If you didn't know, excavation have the fastest reward drops. We wanted to keep going, but when the second person died, we literally could not get any drones to spawn, guys. So none of the points would spawn, and we could not revive that guy anymore. So we literally, like, we just left. Like, we wanted to keep going, but we couldn't revive him. So it was like, what was the point? Like, he was just going to be stuck there AFK. And I was in a voice call with that guy too, so I didn't want to just like leave him hanging, you know? So I feel like that bug needs to be fixed for sure. The no arbitration drone spawning thing, that definitely needs to be fixed. Additionally, apparently there's some bugs going around that if someone dies and gets revived, sometimes people get the debuff on their health. Like, it sticks after they revive the person, because it's supposed to disappear. You're supposed to go back to full health after you revive them. But for some people, it's actually keeping the debuff there, so they're being low health for the rest of the mission, which makes it a lot more difficult for sure. So those 2 bugs need to be fixed. The no drones and the persistent debuff needs to be fixed. But another thing about public matchmaking is I really feel like there should be a special arbitration mode where revives are still disabled. Like it should be like elite arbitrations or something like that. I should not have to be dealing with these index points dropping on the ground because they are very frustrating, and I just don't feel like it's the right system for the game mode, guys. I thought permadeath felt really special before, and it made you play differently, for better or for worse. I thought it was for better, but I actually really am sad that that option is gone from the game now. There's no permadeath missions anymore, guys. So, yeah. Oh, and one more thing. The scaling is definitely, I'm happy with the scaling now. We were 1 hour into an excavation last night, fighting level 220 Nox Eximus, which is definitely higher level than you can spawn the Silmacurum. So if you want to fight high level enemies and you want to be really hard, you can do an arbitration, because trust me, it was a nightmare. Like, we were completely surrounded by level 200 plus enemies. There was like multiple drones protecting them, and there was like Nox all over the place. So if you want like a really hectic, crazy mission, maybe give it a shot, because those drones also get really tanky now too. That's actually probably the biggest change they made. The fact that the enemies scale faster now. Dude, those drones are insanely tanky like an hour in. Like, they are... Oh man, my amp I built to two-shot the drone, it's not going to work anymore at that level. Like, even my catch moon with a Riven and like a crazy build and stuff, it took like 3 shots to kill the drone. So yeah, the drone being tanky is a huge difficulty spike there, guys. So it might actually be harder to go super long, because covert lethality is not going to really work when the drones are protecting those guys. So you're going to need some actual like raw damage to kill those drones if you want to go super late. Okay, so yeah, me personally, I think that they first off need to fix the bugs for this. They also need to add an elite arbitration mode where there are no revives, like period, no revives, period. And also, I think that maybe we can bump up the drop rate a little bit on that Aura Forma, because I'm probably going to want the Aura Forma for a couple of different frames, not just Garuda. And getting a ton of those is going to be kind of a nightmare, guys. I did like 50 rotations of rewards last night, didn't get a single one. I know that's just RNG, but like, man, that's like a really low drop rate for something that's like actually affects gameplay. So yeah, I hope that gets changed. And quickly before we end the video, I'm just going to show, I got the Seeding Step Ephemera as well. So this is the ephemera that drops from the arbitrations as a 2% drop in rotation C. I currently have a red energy color, and it's making like red grass as I walk around. So I actually think this is one of the best ephemeras. So that's worth doing an arbitration for. Yeah. But yeah, personally, guys, I feel like I don't think the game mode is ruined by these changes, but it definitely is a little bit worse. So if they gave us more options on what to do, I think that it would be a great change for everybody. I got a ton of endo last night. Not that I needed it, but yeah. There are different locations you can farm endo for, so arbitrations is kind of useless right now, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on day one. I think DE will be changing some of this stuff for the better. Also, there is a new cutscene for the Wolf of Saturn 6. I think you just click tune in for that. No, you don't. Okay, I don't know what you do for that one. But basically, guys, there's a new cutscene for Wolf of Saturn 6, and it makes me really excited for the new Jupiter remaster that's coming out really soon, hopefully. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll be farming some more arbitrations today because I need that Aura Forma for at least my Garuda. Some other frames that Aura Forma would be really good on is like, there's Nova Prime would be really good, because then you can fit Power Donation or Corrosive Projection on, or whatever you feel like. I mean, I guess Chroma would be pretty good, so you can always have Corrosive Projection in your build for Eidolons. A couple other options too, but mostly just Nova for the power donation build. So yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Have a nice night. Peace.